Okay, so you made your little earbud holder. Yours is going to be a little bit bigger than that, but now you're going to make a file handle. And a couple of things about this drawing, which you can look at and get it up close, is the outer dimension of this is as received. That means what you cut off the horizontal bandsaw with. But then there's some other parts that have holes drilled in them in certain ways. And this is an aluminum part for a file handle. You should never use a file without a file handle because the tang will hurt you. So let's get this going. Safety glasses. Taking my keys away around from my neck. And what we're going to do first is very similar to what we did before, which is to face the end of this so that we can then drill a hole and mount it. And we're going to first put it nice and tight in the 3-jaw chuck. Going to take this particular cutter, turn it this way, and I'm pretty good at just eyeballing where it needs to be, so I'm just going to take a good guess that that's the center line. Lock it down, back it away a little bit. So I have faced it. Now I'm going to drill a hole in the end. You can see this is a center drill. I've just gone into the tip, because that's all I need to do. Okay. Now, I'm going to change cutter, use a right-angled holder so that I can get in. Again, as I say, I'm pretty good at getting this, but you might want to use the trick of putting your if you hold it in there till it's straight up and down, you'll know that you got it right. Let's see if it ended up that way. Yep. But it wasn't very tightly locked down. Okay. Now, I need to do one other thing. When you back out the handle, it's pretty good. Go in a little bit, bring it up close, lock it in, go even tighter. And now we'll have this supported while we cut this down to 1/2 inch. And I want to try to figure out, it's going to go 1.5. Make a mark so I'll know where it's going as I go this way. I can also look, it's a little tougher to get those dimensions on a readout, but okay. This is my line. That's one continuous chip. Let's see, I don't think I'm at the right diameter yet, but we'll find out. Nope. One last cut and we'll be done. Now I'm going very slow on what should be my last pass, and as you'll see when we do the unit on turning, you want the last pass to be a shallower cut, not as deep, and you want to have the feed very slow so that you get a nice smooth surface on it. And there we go. I'll confirm my dimension. There we go. Now, the other part of this are just some different holes that go into the back here. So we're going to put our drill chuck back in, and I'm going to have the drills out here for you, the ones that you're going to need. It turns out that these two drills reach a different parts of the tang of a small file. This would be a good time to mention about cleanup. What would be a good thing for you to do is to keep, you've got two basic, the lathes you're going to be using the same ones, same type. I'm doing that so it'll be easier for me to make the videos and be consistent for you. One thing that you could do is things that you've touched go down here, things that are fresh stay up there, and that way you would be able to, you'd know when you're ready to go. When it comes cleanup time, you just pick up all of the things on one shelf and take it over to the sanitation table. Okay, we're gonna bring that up there, see where we are here. The drawing calls for this to be 0.9. So if that's correct, which it is, then that's going to be the right depth. Need to oil this thing. And while I have it out here, I'm going to round off these corners with a file. It's called breaking the edges. Now, one last thing to do. Before we're finished, and that is to dress up the other end. You can check your dimensions. Pretty good. Overall length. You cut this, if you remember, we cut it a little bit longer than we needed to be, so that once you get there, by the time you dress this end, face this, you'll be done. I think I can do this. You won't see it as well. It's one of the reasons I used the other one for the facing. But I can make this one work. And then I don't have to take it out. But all we need to do is clean up this end. And then I'm going to show you about knurling if you want to. If you have some time, you can do some little features on your file handle. Setting up for 2 hours for these activities, but if you wanted to, you could take a file, clean that part of it up to where you can look a little nicer. You can also put in a thing called the knurling tool, and that goes in and just rolls along here, and it creates that tight grip on the end. I'm not going to do it right now because this has already been a pretty long little video. So your 2 parts that you're going to make on the lathe.